Right. There's contact list, and it's now 10:30. Looks like we're on time, and we are now going to go into the rule section. Is it not, Tony?
Yeah, we're gonna attempt right now to show the NCAA rules video. Greg and I worked it out last night that we think the audio is listenable, so you don't need to listen to me say hello. My name is Gene McCarter, and read the script. But in the event that something goes wrong, I have a PowerPoint presentation and the ability to do this. So we're going to start. Greg's going to start the video. Is that right,
yeah.
Greg?
Yeah. Bear with me just a second.
And guys, for the audience, Greg said once before, we know this is not the best situation, and the video is going to jump around a little bit, but keep in mind, too, that there were no rule changes this year, and there's some points of emphasis. They want to remind us things about things like coaches' boxes. The important things to us, I think, inside of all these rules are really coaches' boxes, a couple of pitching or uniform clarifications, and the wood bat, the non-wood bat moratorium will come up a little bit. Bench jockeying or organized displays, getting
Tony,
the call right. Go ahead.
Hey, Tony, on that bat moratorium, I guess the list is done, and an email came out and saying that they wanted all the umpires to have a copy of this with them at one time. There are basically two parts of it. The first part's 67 pages, and the second one's 28 pages. So I don't know how practical it's going to be, but just want to throw that out there for you to look that up, for all the umpires to look those up.
Greg, I don't hear the audio right now. Greg?
All right, let's see if we do now.
10-4.
Hello, my name is Gene McCarter, NCAA National Coordinator for Baseball Umpires, and I'm pleased to bring you this video for 2010 NCAA Baseball. As you may be aware, there are no rule changes or new points of emphasis changes for 2010, as this will be the second year of a two-year rule cycle. However, there have been some clarifications of troublesome rules and interpretations of rules which should be of benefit to coaches, student athletes, umpires, teams, and fans as they prepare for the upcoming season. Rule 13C, Coaches' Boxes Clarification. A rule change in 2009 re-emphasized that coaches should be within the confines of the coaching box with both feet at the time of the pitch. However, for potential safety reasons, the base coach can legally be positioned outside the coaching box if farther away from home plate. In previous practice, many times the coaching box rule was not enforced, but upon complaint by the opposing coach, all base coaches were required to be inside the coaching box. By Rule 13C, a coach can legally be farther away from home plate than the boundaries of the coaching box and should not be required to move into the box. Rule 5.8, Regulation Game, and Rule 5.9, Halted Game Clarification. Most conferences have policies in place for determining the outcome of a regulation game or using the halted game provisions. In conference play, umpires and coaches should be aware of those procedures. However, on occasion in non-conference play, there is a lack of pregame agreement as to whether the halted game procedures will apply. To use the halted game procedures, agreement should be understood and mutually agreed upon by both institutions before the start of the contest. Umpires should confirm this information with both coaches at the pregame conference. If no agreement is reached prior prior to the contest to use the halted game procedures, then the regulation game procedures will apply. Rule 114, Uniforms Clarification. By rule, it is the responsibility of the visiting team to wear a contrasting uniform color to the jersey worn by the home team. From a practical standpoint, it is not always possible for the visiting team to change to a contrasting color while on the road. It is highly recommended that home game management notify visiting institutions well in advance of the contest what jersey color they will be wearing, and the visiting team has the responsibility to wear a contrasting color. If this notification...
All right, Tony, we just had a question. There are a couple questions that are coming up, and I'll just stop right here if everybody can hear me. Let's see. Just as a couple of clarification, yes, we are only talking about in this clinic college rules. Victor, we're trying to keep it as the video where it is so that it doesn't move quite as quickly, as jumpy. And bear with me a moment. All right, that's where we're going to stop at this point. Brad, I see your question, but I will take care of it at another time.
Is not provided, or teams cannot adjust in time to wear contrasting colors, the contest will be played as scheduled. This is not a situation for protest or forfeit, but a game management issue for the participating institutions. Rule 52F, radar gun use clarification. There's been some confusion in recent years related to the use of radar guns during contests. In some cases, conferences address this issue, and current postseason championship regulations do prohibit the use of radar guns. However, Rule 52F does not specifically mention nor prohibit their use, and therefore are allowed. However, similar to pitch charting or videotaping, any use of radar guns should be by non-uniform personnel, should occur only from the area behind home plate, and any information should not be transmitted to the playing field, dugouts, or other team personnel. In addition, for regular season play, the rules do not prohibit use of pitch speed displays in stadiums as long as they are consistent for both institutions. Rule 114 and Rule 9-2H, pitching uniforms clarification. There's nothing in the NCAA baseball rules that prohibit the wearing of a neoprene or similar type sleeve by a pitcher. However, the regulations in Rules 114D and 9-2H do apply. Therefore, similar to an undershirt, it may not be white, the ends may not be torn or ragged, must be a solid color, and must match the color of teammates' undershirts. Since undershirts must have sleeves of the same length, the pitcher would need to wear a similar type and color of sleeve on the glove arm as well, or wear an undershirt meeting all criteria over the top of the exposed neoprene type sleeve. Also, as a reminder, per Rule 9-2H, pitchers may not wear a garment with ragged or frayed sleeves, may not attach tape or other metal of a color different from the uniform or glove to the glove, arms, or clothing, and may not wear a batting or other glove under his glove. He may not wear jewelry or other items considered distracting, such as chains, white logos, wristbands, or loose lacing on his glove. Rule 112B, non-wood bats. At the time of this video, the Rules Committee has placed a moratorium on the use of any bat with a composite barrel. Therefore, as of this time, these bats are to be considered illegal. Any bat being used in a contest would be declared illegal and removed from the game if discovered prior to the first pitch of an at-bat, or the hitter would be declared out with no base runners advancing if detected after an at-bat starts. Bats with a composite handle or composite transition area are not included in this decision. A list of composite barrel bats will be made available to umpires to utilize if a bat is challenged as being illegal